Hello, Recruit 7, and welcome back to Commission Black Sea as we continue with the Always Ready scenario. Now, I have gone advanced time about 3 minutes since the end of the last episode, and in that time, really just moving the drone over from Sabre over to Spur, because we'd spotted some Russians nearby there and we wanted a bit more details, and just slowly kind of shuffling my forces ready to kind of push across the river. So we have the drone in the air. We have managed to spot one of the vehicles. We know, I think there's another two we spotted with our Stryker, but they haven't resolved themselves. But I think I'm just going to smack the entire area with 155 howitzer shells, and then when they start kind of falling, probably push up with the Stryker and the team here to try and mop up some panicked Russians at that time. So let's lock that in. It's going to take 3 minutes. Which should be lovely. In the meantime, I've repositioned one of the ATGM vehicles around this side of the building, and hopefully with a view to try and get a little bit of sight lines down in this kind of direction. I might need to actually scooch him slightly wider just to get eyes down towards CP-101. He's a little bit on the exposed side, but it's kind of what we're having to do to get some reasonable sight lines. Meanwhile, we're just going to concentrate our forces, as small as they are, just to try and do a little bit of scouting across the river before we push across. So the general plan, I think, will be to put another cut in for maybe 2 minutes. Again, I'll start repositioning these guys all around this bank of a river, just try and get eyes over, and then once the shells start falling, I'll bring you back to see what effect that is, and as we push up with our Stryker and Scout team. So yeah, anything meaningful happens before then, I'll of course bring back earlier. All going well, I'll see you in 2 minutes for some loud explosions. And as ever with my predictions of passing time, never get anywhere before I bring you back. So we are in the next minute, 30 seconds down the way. And I got a spot of this Tiger driving from Spur towards Sabre. Obviously one of the ones we'd spotted earlier with that Stryker. I was a little bit confused as to who had spotted him originally. I thought it might be the drone, but it turned out to be our tow vehicle from over here. So unsurprisingly, when a Tiger is spotted at long range from a tow, well, with a clear line of sight, there's only really going to be one outcome. Bang, there she goes. And yeah, takes the vehicle out. Interestingly though, although it did kill the driver and destroy the vehicle, the gunner somehow managed to survive, which is frankly a miracle, and he eventually gets out of the vehicle and then disappears from view. But that will reduce the number of Tigers in this potential kind of hit zone. Obviously, we definitely know there's one and suspect there's still a second. But until then, we're not sure. I don't really have any more movement orders for just now. I'm just passing a little bit of time. I need to say, sneak a few people forward as I wait for the rounds to drop. Alright, well, I will bring you back when the rounds start falling. So we are still waiting for those 155s to fall in earnest. We've had a few spotting rounds, which to me looked to be perfectly on target, but they haven't called in the barrage yet. But we had been advancing with our sniper here just to some woods on the edge of the river, because we'd seen, well, obviously there was a gunner who'd exited the Tiger. We had also seen 2 Russians running around here earlier, so I want to see maybe if we get some eyes on with our marksman here. And obviously gets in position, and he's pretty game for it. And there's one less Russian. There's a few up here though, so we'll have to be careful. He seems to have suppressed them, which hopefully means he's going to get some free shots. Another, is that hit or miss? I'm not even sure who's shooting at. Oh, this guy. Oh, these guys. Okay, so there's a few, actually there's quite a lot of Russians up here. Okay, we'll need to watch ourselves, but if he can pick them off, that's good. At some point, I'm sure he's going to be spotted. And I'm not entirely sure of his marksman's credentials at this stage, given he landed 1 out of 3 shots then, if that second one's a miss, which does look like B, at a case of, what's that? I don't know, 150 meters or something? That's not particularly far. I feel like he should be doing better. Good, and yeah, a couple of spotting runs you see, but they haven't called in the big barrage. Maybe we'll give them time for that. I was again tempted to do maybe bring the Stryker up, support these guys, and bring some heavy artillery, but I might just leave him to kind of have a go on his own for a while. See what he can get done. Better rate of fire. He's not killing anyone though. Oh, there's one there. Okay, good job, man. And there's a 155 landing. Come on, sniper. I mean, I don't know how that one was a miss. Okay, that's good. That's another kill. He's working on them. Looks like that was the gunner there, who has now gone the way of a sniper. Okay, he's getting to his rhythm. Oh, shots back. At least he's presenting a target. Go on. Nice. You just need a little bit of motivation from small arms fire coming in his general direction. That was pretty good, actually. So what was that? Oh, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... I can't remember if he got the gunner or not in this direction. Potentially 6. Okay, that's good. You've started to perform there. That's an entire squad you've taken out. There's 2 of them left. I'll leave you to mop up. Good job, sniper. Meantime, our rounds are falling, but they don't seem to be doing a huge amount of damage. So we're not entirely sure what's there. I would like to take out this Tiger at some point, though. Which I suppose we could do with an automatic grenade launcher from our Stryker. Probably kind of come over this direction, make sure there's nothing lurking here, and then just come up with this rise and take them out. No need to really expose our troops. Maybe that's what we shall do. Get you out, let's get you opened up. And then let's get you coming forward. You already open up, perfect. Let's have you come around this way, please. And again, you'll get some spotting out towards these woods, and hopefully you'll be hidden from sight from that Tiger. Excellent. And yeah, sure, we'll maybe consider bringing up the Stryker now in support. Although I'm not even sure if he has an angle from over here. Yeah, he will do. We'll do. That's fine. Bring up, just in case our sniper ends up in a little bit of trouble. Okay, good. Well, I'm enjoying him finding his range a little bit. It looks like they are breaking and running. Should hopefully allow him to pick them off as they go. He's having a lot of trouble with this guy. Oh, that's a reasonable position I suppose in. He's hit this ridge a fair few times. We may need to pull him back if he's a little bit exposed to himself. I'd be really upset if I lost him. Oh, that looked like a good shot. Yes, excellent. Good job, sniper. Oh, that was a good hit, but I don't think it's enough to cause damage. Oh, and we are taking fire from somewhere. Oh, tell an absolute lie. That's done exactly what I wanted it to do. Beautiful. But you are taking small arms fire from somewhere. That direction. Probably another Tiger in there, which we saw earlier. Or maybe just the troops. Okay. Oh, there's a Tiger there. And there's the Stryker we brought him support. Wow, this is all going relatively well. Okay, so there's still small arms fire, I think, coming from that direction against our Stryker, which is probably the remnants of that infantry squad. Yeah, certainly looks to be. He seems to shrug off fairly handily, though. And we've done a little bit of damage to this thing, but maybe not written it off. Meanwhile... Okay, you've run out of things to shoot at, which is fine. We'll advance you shortly. Okay, so we know we've got one infantry squad in here, and we've also got one tiger in here. Not a problem. So you, my friend, I would like to keep you kind of involved because you're doing good work. I'm a little conscious exposing you to too much fire, although he's running away, so that might not be too bad. So let's try and crawl you forward. Meanwhile, I know you got upset, but I would quite like to try and engage these guys. Tell you what I'm going to do with you. So I'm going to bring you around in this direction to try and support from a slightly different angle. Okay, good stuff. And Gunner, like I know you're a bit scared, but you're gonna have to go out again. How'd you get? Meanwhile, I'm happy most of the heavier weapons have disappeared, so I'm going to push these guys into the ground floor of this building so they can keep an eye out when the smoke clears. Beautiful. So that'll be the 3 tigers mopped up that we saw earlier. And is this chap is abandoned already? Fine, beautiful. Okay, good. I'm also confident there's not anything too heavy that seems to be threatening our vehicles, so let's bring up our other striker in support as well. Make sure you're opened up. You are. Beautiful. Okay, sorry, dancing all over the place with the camera. This should hopefully win us the crossing, although they may have some more guys obviously hidden in these woods in here. Grenades flying out. Okay. Have we knocked this thing out? Yes, we have, but looks at those pluses. We've got... looks just like more infantry in here. See, this remnants of a squad, and we've got this guy here. It has done enough to scare off our striker. Because yeah, I get that. Gunner gets pretty nervous when he's exposed. But hopefully our marksman can help him out. And ideally, I suppose we'll get additional support from this striker. And we should get his scout team involved as well. They're just so squishy. Ooh. RPG out, okay. Oh, another kill field marksman. One guy. Oh, did you finally get him? Yes! Oh, I cannot wait to see how many kills this marksman has at the end of it. Being like my most effective sniper. Nice. We've still got one chap over here just kind of hiding on the ground. And hopefully that's us kind of contested the crossing. We'll have to wait for all our smoke to clear. So let's just hold fire where we are. We've got some good positions. Oh, hello. We have an HQ unit moving in some direction for some reason. I'm getting automatic grenades to the face. I feel like this is a lot of ammo for one man. Not even successfully taking out one man. And running away from him. Shameful display. Please don't tell me pop more smoke. Oh, come on, man. At some point I need to see to get across here. So might be one Russian coming to this side of the bridge, which is going to be somewhat frustrating. The rest of these guys seem fairly well cleared out. Now we could actually use this smoke to get across and get ourselves into this wood line, and maybe why not? can get a 50 cal kind of set up in this kind of position with the scout team out for additional eyes. I think that would be pretty useful. Let's do that. So we're going to get set up here, and then once you're there, I'm going to get your scout team to pop out. Just into the... Can we combine you guys? Perfect. We'll get you guys to pop out and go here. Meanwhile, sniper man can't see anything because of all the blooming smoke everywhere. But I'm just going to leave you where you are. Let's bring... I can't believe how far away you've run. Okay. I'll bring you just into this position. And I'll get your remnants of a team to come up and support you. I'm doing a little bit of jogging. That's fine, fine. Let's go to here, I think. And then hopefully we've got reasonable fire positions when the smoke clears. You guys are okay hanging back. Drones in the air. 155's falling. Things look relatively good. One thing I've learned is that Stryker drivers are scared of everything. And understandably, it's a pretty weak vehicle. At the same time, popping smoke for one Russian soldier seems a little overkill. I'm hoping he's going to pop it the other side of this smoke. Oh, and indeed he has. And that our squad in this building can take care of him. Where is he? I genuinely cannot see him. Okay. Oh, there he is there. There he was. Not entirely sure who all you're shooting at. Oh, there was a contact there. Okay. Alright, good job, team. Oh, there's another one. There was a full squad pushed across here. Okay, that's not a problem. Oh, you man. Fool. Right, open up. We're moving forward again. Like our lumpet, we need to take this bridge, which means you are going to have to face soldiers, enemy soldiers at some point. These guys should win this firefight quite handily. He says, hopefully. One, oh, there's a couple of guys left, okay. There's one guy left now. One bad grenade in that corner would cause horrible damage to that team. I mean, the dude's just caught up on the ground. Put him out of his misery. Good job. Alright, that was good. You're still taking shots from somewhere. We'll look at that in a minute. There. And you've popped more smoke. Or is that might have been the old stuff, actually. Right, two things I want to quickly check is one, what happened to... Died, that's what happened to him. The last Russian holdout on this hill of dead Russians. He decided he was going to make a break for it. That was the last thing he ever thought. Excellent. So, we have some kind of Russian squad here. I don't know how many men. We can only see one. Not a problem. Apart from the fact you're not willing to fight him. You have an automatic grenade launcher. He's a squishy human soldier. I think you'd win that one. I wonder if there's any way of getting our sniper in on this action. Potentially. I'm worried about exposing you too much by bringing you forward too far. You have also been phenomenally useful. That might be a bridge too far. Right, looks like we have taken objective Sabre. Spur is still holding out ever so slightly. Let's get you guys mounted up, and we're going to push our troops across. Oh, I don't know what to do about you. How much ammo we got left for 155s? Plenty. Maybe we just hammer this area again. Why not? Let's get any remnants in there. I've got plenty of ammunition. Just do medium, general, immediate. I don't know why you're taking 5 minutes this time, but sure, do that. Meanwhile, we'll push over and clear out here. Once the rounds start falling, I think I'll move our drone as well and start scouting out some of these other touch points. Yeah, beautiful. Because there might be odd remnants in amongst here as well. Leftovers of squads, etc. Whoever got out of that vehicle. I'm pretty happy with the way this fight has gone. Oh. So you've taken some shots. But you're sticking around to fight though, which is good. Maybe if we're doing enough to suppress them. And they're on the run. Okay, I might cancel that mission then. In fact, I probably will. If we can now push you forward, convince you not to run away. Let's get your team up supporting you. Now that I'm happy there's not many Russians left over this far side. Make sure you are opened up, even though your gunner is scaredy pants. Let the howitzer mission roll for 1 more minute, just until we're kind of happy we've got this position wrapped up. Then I'll probably cancel it if they pull back. I may even just kind of hammer these trees behind, just in case there's a few people hiding out. Are you running away again? Don't understand what it is you are seeing. I mean, you are rattled, I get that, but at the same time, come on. Kind of letting the service down. Okay. At least this minute's going to be quiet. Fine. Still got half an hour left. These are the main objectives we need to take and clear and hold. And then we need to do some touch points. So I think we've got plenty of time. 5, 17, and 9 I don't think are going to be too much of an issue. And then this might be a little bit trickier depending on what's there. Yeah, do you know what? I'm gonna adjust this. Let's move it back slightly. Let's just hammer what's in here as a prelude to advancing slightly further. Excellent. Okay, what I'll do is I'm going to put a bit of a cut in here, pass a little bit of time, again shuffle some troops forward. If we get any more spotting, I'll let you know, but otherwise things are fairly quiet. In fact, I'm going to adjust this as well. Let's put it back round to a bit there. See what we can see. Grand. I don't know if that went through. Let's try this again. There we go. Okay, I'll come back when we've got something else to talk about. Okay, so a fair few minutes down the line, as you can see, my rounds are about to start falling. We did briefly get a spot of some infantry in here. Presumably they were the ones deposited from this tiger, but they disappeared after a spotting round landed pretty close to them. No confirmed kills, but just loss of contact, so they may or may not be buzzing around in here. Doesn't really affect us. They're not on any objectives. We just have to be wary of them as we kind of maybe push for this CP-109. More interesting, we have found another tiger back here with a gunner in place, so that's one we're going to want to keep an eye on, see where he goes, see if he's still standing after this 155 barrage, and if so, we might drop some precision munitions on him. In other news, we kept getting occasional spots of a lone Russian who seems to be holding out his objective, and he's plunked in the middle of this crater. It's been surprisingly difficult to dig him out. He kind of pops up, we shoot at him, he goes to ground, and then that's kind of it. So I'm bringing the Stryker around to try and get a bit more of a view and potentially to flank him and lob a lot of grenades in his general direction. I was also contemplating pushing in from this side with the 50 cal Stryker in their team, but with the 155s falling, I'm going to have to wait for a minute. So maybe let's just go for the action as these start to land and annihilate, and we'll see if we get any more spots. Meanwhile, the rest of our forces are just almost all across the river. We've just got the Jeep coming as well. He went and picked up the sniper. I think I'm going to deposit the Javelin team and the sniper in this objective, and then potentially use the Jeep to go and nab 105 and 117. And if bad things happen to the Jeep, then it's not the end of the world. I would like to do some scouting with the drone before I send him over for 117 at least, but if we start to use precision strikes against this tiger, then the drone's going to be tied up for a fair few minutes. These strikes are quite handy, because we know there's some infantry in there. Speaking of infantry, this guy's just taking another shot. Wonder if he'll run away again. Indeed he does. So frustrating. Definitely going to have to come at this from another angle, I think. Or potentially just drop even more 155 in there. It is here. See if we can get... See if we can get some more eyes on him. Oh, there's two of them. Okay. It's more than just one. Hopefully my scouts team here can get at him with some small arms fire, as my Stryker seems to have had enough and is just running away, despite the fact that they haven't come at him with anything more than small arms. But then I think we'll also try and push in with one of the other teams as well from the north side here. Good. Alright, let's do that. Let's deposit these two guys. And then we can use our Jeep to go and at least collect 105, if not the other one. And I can kind of do that a little bit more on the fly. Looks like one of the vehicles in here has been destroyed. And we're just hopeful the same thing happens to this chap. We'll keep eyes on for just now. I won't reposition the drone, because I do want to be aware of what's happened to that vehicle before I move him off. Okay, small arms fire, a few grenades going out. Not very effective though. They'd very much like to bring a second team from maybe this direction. Hose them down. They're not threatening us, they're just proving to be a thorn. A little bit close for comfort there. Okay, let's go command phase. I want to see how long's left on this barrage. That's the wrong one. Always the wrong one. Less than 1 minute. Okay, that's grand. We'll leave them where they are. I'm going to leave these guys where they are for just now. Let's go marauding in our Humvee. Which does have... Oh, you actually guys have a sniper team in here. I've been using you purely as a jeep, but perhaps I should have been getting you out and using you for other uses. Okay, slight oversight on my part there. A scout team would be pretty useful. But first thing I would very much like you to go is go and nab this touch point, please. And then maybe actually I'll dismount the team and you can go scout out 117. Perfect. We've got our tow here has been staring down towards CP111. Not seeing... Actually, I don't know if you have. I'm not sure you're quite far enough forward. Get yourself a bit further forward. Okay. It's definitely a risk with the Jeep. I've not scouted out that area as heavily. We did take out a car earlier, our Tiger earlier there, so I'm hoping that was going to overwatch for the CP105. But we shall see. And I'm now more reluctant to lose it. Now I know it's not just a Jeep and actually has some useful pixel tripping in it. Okay. This seems to be fine and dandy thus far. Okay, you're done. Let's get me some point munition. No, that's not what it's called, but never mind. I've still got 10 of them left. Tempted just to use... no, I don't have that much, so let's use 3. You call that in, take care of him. Meanwhile, we can start to advance ever so slightly. Now that I'm not going to drop HE on my head, so I'm going to get these guys to move up in tandem. I need to quickly move in here and then slowly move up to the ridge, just to have a wee peek over it. We'll start clearing out towards the back of Objective Spur. Meanwhile, you are... yeah, you're doing grand stuff over there. Once you are there and stopped, I'll get you to dismount. Oh, hello. Spotted some more infantry in the woods here. Question is it the same team that's backed off, or is this a second team? Not sure. Enough to press fire to keep his head down. Do you know what I do need over here would be quite handy? Potentially would be my sniper. He's not really in the right place though. Okay, I'll keep them where they are. They seem to be doing good work. Yeah, I'm not really utilising my sniper at the minute. Ooh, that's bad. And this is the danger. This is danger. Close range in the woods. We've stumbled across the remnants of a squad which have killed my gunner. Means you are effectively useless. Poop. Right, you pull yourselves back. You guys should hopefully come over the top and engage. That's, at this point, that's an automatic grenade launcher essentially I have lost there. Let's get you guys dismounted. Okay, that's actually a reasonable place for you to go. Have a look. If it looks clear, we'll send you in. Well, actually, since you are nothing more than a battle taxi, let's use you as such. You're going to come all the way back here, and you're going to pick up this guy. And we're going to reposition our sniper. Oh, that was a 50 cal as well, wasn't it? Yeah. He was actually useful. Now, obviously, if I stick someone in, maybe that's going to be a use for you. They will act as a gunner. Because I think that 50 cal is pretty useful weaponry to have. Who else could I stick in? I could use my... I don't really want to use my platoon HQ. I suppose I could use my javelin team. I don't really want to get them killed, but there's at least there's 2 of them. Why don't you guys get in here when it's finished moving as well? You guys run away. Hopefully they will get the spots over the top and make short work of them. We are now slightly starting to run out of time, so we can't take too long with our next push. It's taking a bit longer to clear out Spur than I was hoping for. It's just these handful of people that get left over cause you so many problems. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to bring this striker all the way around here. You should get it pretty quickly. Probably dump off our sniper to help clear out the infantry that's here, and then swing back in and take up a 50 cal position across the river so we can get a better flank of the remnants of those Russians that are there. I'll go place the moves, and I find I'll probably run the next minute unless anything interesting happens, yeah, bring you back when you're ready for the next push. Okay, we're just going to wrap this episode up, but as we do, a few positive things to end on. So our scout team here, as they crawled over the top of the hill, did get eyes on the Russians who had taken out their gunner, and have sought to get some revenge. They're not the most accurate of shots, but they take one guy out at least. Another guy's suppressed, so presumably we'll follow that way fairly quickly. And in other news, our precision shells came in as well. And as expected, they get the job done. So it's excellent. So hopefully they'll finish mopping up him. We'll deal with the remnants over here, and we'll grab the rest of the CPs. Whether we make a push on knife or not, I'm not sure. We'll get some drone scouting and see where we go. But that's where we are for this. So actually, I think in that entire episode, we took 1 casualty, which was the gunner from that striker. So I can't complain too much about that, considering the number of Russian infantrymen we have taken out. I feel there's going to be some fairly lopsided casualties at the end of this. Well, as ever, I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll catch you all on the next one. Cheerio.